Okay, so I've reviewed Scream 5. I have ranked all 5 movies. And today I'm ranking all 8, technically 9, Scream Ghostface killers. So let's go ahead and just get into this. Starting at number 8, last place is Charlie from Scream 4. And this is easily the most forgettable killer for me. Nothing against Rory Culkin. He's a great actor and he does a great job in this role, and I did enjoy this character. It's just the motivation really wasn't there. He's just a lapdog killer for the main killer in the movie, who we will get to much later in this video. Not very memorable, unfortunately, as a killer, but as a character, pretty memorable. But either way, he's last place. Number 7 is one of the killers from Scream 2, and that is Mrs. Loomis. Like I stated when I was talking about Scream 2 in my ranking yesterday, Mrs. Loomis really kind of just existed for sake of being a revenge killer because of Billy in the first one. And she's not in it as much to really make an impact as the Ghostface killer. She's only introduced in the third act, and unlike the original Friday the 13th, it's not a very interesting reveal. But she's not absolutely horrible, and neither is really anyone on this list. But yeah, she's at number 7. At number 6, we have the new kid on the block, the Scream 5 killer. I'm not going to reveal who it is to some people who may not have seen the movie yet and want to see it, make up their mind themselves, find out who it is. There are 2 killers in this movie. That's the only thing I'm going to say, and I'm just lumping them together in this one category, mainly because one's not really better than the other in this movie. They're good, they're memorable, but I couldn't really decide which one I liked more because they're just about the same to me. Their motivations are definitely there. The third act, when they're actually revealed, is really, really good. And that's about it for this entry. 5th place is a lot of people's least favorite, and that is Roman from Scream 3. I get it. This character is kind of a petty character, but I do have to give credit where credit's due. He's the one killer who doesn't have a lapdog killer where he has to have someone else do his dirty work every now and then. He's the only killer who is ever solo in this entire franchise, and I just have to give him that credit. Also, I really like the actor in the role. I thought he was interesting. I just really like Roman. I just really like every movie in this franchise, so it's really hard for me to dislike a killer other than Charlie. Number 4 is the other killer from Scream 2. That is Mickey, played by Timothy Olyphant, and he is absolutely terrific in this movie. I believe this was one of his earlier roles, if not his first role. I don't recall. But he has an absolute blast in this role. He's crazy, over the top, borderline, kind of like Stu from the first one, which we will get to later as well. And honestly, I wish he wasn't killed off so early in the third act, and he was actually the final fight for the Sydney versus the killer, but alas, it's whatever. I really liked him in the role. I really liked this character. Wish we could have gotten more from him. Kicking off the top 3, in 3rd place is Jill Roberts from Scream 4. And I really loved this killer. She was almost my number 2, but I do have to give the edge to who is actually number 2, which we'll get to, which, if you know the process of elimination with who the killers are, you already know who number 2 and number 1 could be. But either way, Jill Roberts is an absolutely terrific character. The actress does a terrific job. I forgot her name. I'm terribly sorry. Just like I forgot Melissa Barrera's name when I reviewed Scream 5. I forgot this actress's name. I'm sorry, I just do. I'm terrible with names if I don't have it written down when I'm doing these videos. But she does an absolutely terrific job. Her motivation is amazing. How she wants to be painted as the new hero, the new final girl of this franchise, this absolutely meta franchise at that. And I just really enjoyed her on-screen performance and her chemistry with Neve Campbell as Sidney Prescott. And I feel like this movie could have ended about 15 minutes before it actually did, and had an ending where Ghostface actually wins, and then Scream 5 was them picking up the pieces from that whole encounter, which would have been great, but alas, it did not come to pass, and we got a different ending and a different Scream 5. Either way, really love Jill Roberts. My runner-up at number 2, and if anybody paid attention to the process of elimination with these characters and my ranking of the films from yesterday, you will know who my number 1 is, therefore knowing who my number 2 is, and that is Billy Loomis from the original Scream. Skeet Ulrich is absolutely terrific in this role. He's creepy. He's kind of charming on the borderline side of it. I really, really liked this character. He's very unsettling. He's the main killer in this movie, unlike my number 1, who is the lapdog killer. But he does an absolutely amazing job. His motivation is really, really good. His revenge plot against Sydney's family for, I believe it was her mother who screwed up his entire family and his entire life. And I really, really liked that, and he's at number 2. But number 1, again, if you paid attention to my video yesterday, you know what my number 1 is, as easily Stu Macher from Scream 1, the lapdog killer from that movie. And I don't know if it's the fact that I have a personal bias towards Matthew Lillard as an actor, or it's just something else, but I really, really love Stu Macher. He's so much fun. Matthew Lillard brought such a crackhead energy to this character with all of his over-the-top lines and mannerisms throughout the movie. It's absolutely hilarious, and when he's revealed to be the killer, he was actually the surprise killer for me. I kind of suspected Billy watching the movie for the first time, but Stu, I would have never thought, because yes, he was kind of crazy and he was friends with Billy, but I figured he'd be more of the innocent type to help Sydney in the end. But no, he was a killer, and he was the best killer in the movie and in the entire franchise, and we're just going to leave it at that. So that was my ranking for every Ghostface killer within the Scream franchise. Which one's your favorite? Which one's your least favorite? Let me know down in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, and I will see you all next time.